Hey everyone, welcome back to BrickVault and to another episode of Top 10 MOCs of the Week. It's been a couple of weeks since the last episode because I was on a festival and got sick immediately after I got home. I'm still a little sick as you may hear, but my voice is back, so let's get back to it. In this series we are looking at the best custom creations people have been building with LEGO pieces in the past week, or in this case the past 2 weeks, so you know we're off to something good. The community didn't sleep. All the links to the builds are in the video description below, and also make sure to stay until the end to see even more builds beyond my personal top 10. Each one of those deserves some recognition. You can also find a link to our online store BrickVault.toys in the description, where we sell building instructions and parts lists to some excellent customs as well, so if you feel inspired in this video, make sure to stop by. So let's not waste any more time and get straight to it. And we're starting off with this beautiful looking bird by builder Big Brick Stan. This is a white-necked Jacobin. Per description this bird has around 1,000 pieces, which really doesn't look like it, but if you take a closer look you can see all the minute details that are very parts intensive. I like the curvature of the belly using horn pieces. The neck feathers use 1x1 round tiles in different shades of blue to get the color gradient as accurate as possible, and the head itself looks spot on. The beak is a Darksaber blade, and the top of the head uses the lower jaw of a serpent that appeared in a Fantastic Beasts set. The wings and body are nothing to hide either. I love the blades for the layered feather look, and the leaves work great here too. Very majestic build. Next up we have a build that was submitted as an entry to a competition that I got to be a judge for. The competition is called a Glub Bricko and submissions are already closed, but feel free to check them out on Instagram because I believe the results should be in very soon. This was built by Ivy Bricks and is called There's Always a Bigger Fish. It depicts an imperial underwater storage facility in the style of the Otogunga underwater city from Star Wars Episode 1. And we also get a build for the OP Sea Killer that was the smaller fish in the respective scene. I love the concept of this build, so I'm sure I gave it a lot of points for that in the competition. The build for the fish is very cool, we don't get to see many depictions of these in LEGO for sure. The cargo seems to be something important, maybe Kyber Crystal related. I like the exclamation mark, that's a funny touch, and we have an Easter egg on the left with a gun ready to attack. Next on the list is this unique looking character build by Liborical, and it's called Ozomotra Tower of Lead. You see, this is a bionicle inspired build, and I feel like it becomes tradition to include at least one bionicle inspired build in these. Totally not intentional, but I'm always happy to take a small part in keeping the theme alive by sharing these builds. The character itself reminds me of the stick figure thing in the Backrooms YouTube video, really slender and creepy looking. It has rocks of lead all over its upper body, and it yields a gun in one hand, presumably to kill stuff, like whatever the bones in the bag belong to. The face is what makes this character so unique though. 3 blue wings around the eyes and the tiny brain that is you if you haven't clicked on that subscribe button yet. Just joking of course, but feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy. Alright, moving on, and this time we have a Minecraft inspired build on this list by Jim Baggins Lego. I rarely pick Minecraft builds because at first glance most of them appear fairly simple in build style, but this one really speaks to me. I like the selection of the tundra habitat for this MOC. The vegetation is nicely done here. The flowers use Modulex pieces, which basically are scaled down Lego pieces that were first invented for architects. I can also appreciate the different shades of light blue to depict ice beneath the snow. I love the cave structure too. This is an example of a Minecraft build not being super straightforward. We get a lot of studs on the side building for some blocks, but it's the selection of color that generally makes this build so good. The 2 weeks of Minecraft with your friends per year are always the best time. And you already know, but when Panoda posts, it has to go on this list. This is the Water Slide Resort, adding to their Brick Dreams series. A series where they build liminal space and Lego. I'm a huge fan of the concept of liminal space myself, and if you're able to transfer the feeling into Lego, you deserve to be on this list. I just love the tiling here, especially in the back where we have this gradient of blue and a curved wall as well. The water is made up of hundreds of 4 stud long transparent light blue bar pieces. The slide looks super fun. This also feels like a throwback to the original town sets with those umbrella parts in red. The photography and lighting is exceptional here as always. Blurry front, sharp back and light through windows. This really feels like something you dreamed of as a child. Half time with this beautiful rendition of the Star Wars creature Reek by a kind of brick that also entered into the competition that I was a judge for. This creature looks amazing, especially the head part is really well done. Using the hole on the sides of Exoforce arm parts as eyes is genius. I also see some really unconventional bionicle parts being used for the neck and back. Generally the shaping is super good, although this feels maybe just a little bit too large to be fully minifig scale, but it doesn't claim to be. The next build originates from the Marvel comics and is called Mojo Cave by builder Jared Figures. It depicts the villain Mojo, who is the ruler of the Mojoverse, a dimension where everything evolves around TV ratings and entertainment. He kidnaps heroes and forces them into deadly battles for audience. The time traveler Cable is here to prevent this. The build for Mojo is outstandingly good. I never thought I'd say this in a video, but the part usage for his boobs is perfect because it also depicts the nipples. I also like how there are different cables going into his head, and the stinger is nice, made up of hinge bricks. There are a ton of screens here depicting all sorts of pieces of entertainment. Particularly standing out to me here is the build for the TV on the right, because it uses grill pieces facing each other, making space for a string going through it and simultaneously making it look like there's a button. Genius build. On third place we have a build by Francis Design and it's called Woodland Roller Coaster. It's a microscale depiction of a roller coaster and there's a lot to unpack here. It uses probably hundreds of the nozzle pieces for the framework. The little building at the front already looks great. The steps leading up to it are grill bricks. The roller coaster is going through a mountain and the roller coaster car is made up of, I believe, minifig skirt pieces. I know the part, but I'm not too sure about what they were originally used in. Please let me know. The safety bars are T-bar pieces, which is the perfect use. This MOC is displayed at the Lego house now, so congratulations to the builder. Second place goes once again to Kind of Brick for yet another entry to the competition, and wow, this really blew my mind. This is the Jedi Defender class cruiser in midi scale and the details are just insane. This is as smooth as you can get with really tricky angles to some of these sub-assemblies. Don't get blinded by the photography and editing here, which is another thing to point out, but the techniques can definitely speak for their own. Dark red and white chips always look cool to me, but the color blocking here really helps sell this color combo. Integrated lights is the cherry on top and this being finished all the way around is the chef's kiss. Even down here you can see that we have some really good snot work. Beautiful build really. And to top things off, here's a Zane Builds with the Crystal Cleaver, a Power Miners inspired absolute behemoth. If you don't know, Power Miners was a theme in the late 2000s that focused on mining crystals with the most badass looking vehicles. I think without dimensions you can't really grasp the size of this thing here, and unfortunately we don't get the exact numbers, but in the cockpit is a minifig. So yeah, this thing is crazy. Of course it has the trademark lime green and orange color scheme, it has a huge cleavers that look like they might extend even, on top it has dynamite projectiles for faster mining and this build even integrates lights. Even the crystals in the floor are lit up. The mech is so heavy that it actually breaks the floor it's standing on. So not really any mining equipment necessary. We also get some behind the scenes images. This was the first draft, which is funny to look at and you see a lot of technique inside, so this mech might actually be really sturdy and heavy. Stellar build. And that's it for the top 10. Thanks for sticking until the end. Let's confuse everyone who didn't watch the video until the end by commenting the most random or weird Lego build you have ever spotted somewhere. If it's at a convention or online, doesn't matter, let me know in the comments. And also make sure to truly stay until the end because I got plenty of builds that didn't make the top 10 but are still extremely cool, especially today after my pause. Don't forget to check out BrickVault Toys for instructions and leave a like if you enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in the next one at BrickVault.